Good morning, everyone. This is Professor Eskew. I want to take this time, make a short video and go over the syllabus with you. Um, First of all, I am on the course homepage, and this is where you'll find everything. There aren't any announcements popped up there yet. There will pop up there probably on tomorrow on Sunday. But let's look where you can find the syllabus. So if you come to the course menu, and you hover over syllabus and click on syllabus, there it comes. So I'm going to click on one of these links. One is a Word doc, one is a PDF doc, so whichever. I would suggest that you print this document off and take the time to read it because it's technically our contract between you and I for the course. So, a couple things. The course CRN and your course number and description. Please put those in the subject line for any email correspondence that you might have with me. The reason I ask you to do that, I am teaching 7 different sections of 7 different classes. And if you just send me an email with your name while I try to remember what section you are in, it's sometimes difficult with all of those students. So if you put that in there, that immediately lets me go to the right section and I can answer your question or address your comment in an expedient manner, okay? Here's my information. I am located on the Mesa College campus in the G building in 226. Here is my email address. I have actual on-campus office hours on Mondays from 12 to 2:15, and then I have virtual office hours Tuesday 11:15 to 12:15. However, if you need to talk to me or we need to discuss something, I am always willing to do a Zoom teleconference, so that is a virtual teleconference. All you need to do is email me, again, using the course number and name and the course CRN, and request an audience with me, and we'll schedule something that it meets both of our schedules, okay? Here is the description of the course. Here is what you can expect to leave knowing when you take the course. Here's a whole list of detailed information about all of the topics we'll be covering. Here is your, here is your textbook. So this is information I got from our bookstore. So I sent you an earlier email telling you how to register and purchase the e-book and the access code. You will need to have a textbook and an access code for my BCom lab, and my BCom lab is where all of your dynamic study modules, your homework and quizzes reside. So you can follow the instructions that I sent for you to do that. You can also purchase either just the access code or the textbook and the access code through the bookstore. And I believe if you purchase the ebook or the access code, which includes the ebook, my apologies, you can also buy a hard copy of the textbook from Pearson, and I think it's an additional like $25. So the prices are what I was told by the bookstore. And so I think that's all straight around. If you have any questions, just email me. Here's a section on the how to prepare your computer. Make sure that everything's going well. The biggest thing I would tell you students run into is pop-ups. So here's how to turn your pop-up blocker off so that you don't think that your access is not working when it really is. You just need to disable your pop-ups. So here's the grading scale and the distribution. So it looks like it's a lot, but take a deep breath. It's not so bad. So we are going to cover 14 chapters in this class. I'm also going to assign you a module in my BCom lab that says getting started with my BCom lab, and I'm assigning a points to it so that I know that you're doing it. And all this is going to do is introduce you to my BCom meaning business communications. It's going to show you how to do the different assignments, how to make sure that you submit them so that you get credit, and be able to work through the e-textbook. Then you have 14 dynamic study modules. They're 10 points apiece. A dynamic study module does not replace the reading of the chapter. What it does is it gives you a high-level view of what contents are in the chapter. So you will read or view some information, and then you'll be asked some questions to gauge your comprehension and mastery on that. But again, it is a high-level view. It's not going into great detail, so make sure that you please read the textbook. Then you'll have homeworks, which are either videos, simulations, or document makeovers. There's 14 of those for each chapter. Each homework is 20 points apiece. You have 14 quizzes at 25 points apiece. You have one discussion board at 20 points. And then you have 2 projects, a cultural diversity and business communication project and a preparation for employment. And we'll go over that here in a second. So total points available in the class are 1,200. Here is the grading scale. San Diego Mesa College goes on a 90, 80, 70, 60 percentage scale. We do not do pluses or minuses, so you have a 10-point spread in which you can get a grade. And because you have such a large range of 10 percentage points, I do not round in my classes. So if you get 79.99, you're going to receive a C, 89.99, a B. And the reason I do that is because with that 10-point spread, you have a generous opportunity to get the grade. And also, it's really not fair to those folks who have achieved those grades to round up. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. Here are descriptions of all of the assignments so that you know what's going on. Let me hit on a couple things. With your dynamic study module, if you miss the due date, you can still go in and attempt the assignment, but you'll take a 20% per day penalty on the total value of the assignment that you earn. Not the total value of the assignment available, but what you've earned. So you have 4 days after the due date to still complete your assignment. So if you miss the due date, there's no need to email me. You can still complete the assignment. Same thing with quizzes. You have a 20% deduction per day. Your quizzes are timed. However, you have 90 minutes in which to complete the exam, okay? And you have 1 attempt at the quiz. The discussion board, you have 1 discussion board. What's important to know in your discussion board is there are 2 due dates. The first due date is for you to actually post your response to my prompt to you. The second due date is for you to respond to your classmates in that, into their responses to the prompt, okay? So make sure that they're out on the calendar. Make sure that you pay attention to those, okay? Homeworks, you have 2 attempts. Again, you have that 20% per day after the due date penalty. So all of your assignments, you do not have to email me and say, I missed the due date. You can still do the assignment, and you have 4 days after the due date, and that gives you plenty of time, and that way I will not reopen any of the assignments, okay? The Intercultural Communication and Global in the Workplace project. So you'll get another video about this, but briefly what you're going to do is you're going to take and research the business customs in the United States and compare them to another country's business etiquette and culture. The only thing is you cannot choose Mexico as your country, because I give you an example of what I'm expecting in the project. So you'll have a PowerPoint that shows you exactly what I'm wanting. And I did it on Mexico. So Mexico is out. Okay? And we'll talk about that one later. Then the preparation for employment project. That project, we're going to get you ready so that you can either try to promote or find a new job. So there's a lot of components to this. You'll be doing a resume, a cover letter, a video resume. You're going to be doing a LinkedIn page, and you're going to be doing a reflection paper on this. So there's several different components on this. You'll have plenty of time to do it, and you can submit in both of these. You can submit multiple times. So I do that so as you get a chunk done, you can submit it and you know that that's done. And so you can keep doing that piece by piece instead of sitting there waiting to collect the entire project and submit it. So both of these are worth 200 points. If this is your first time online training, here is some information. Here's some tutorials for you to take and get you prepared. Dropping classes, I want to give you these important dates because you are responsible for dropping with the exception of the first 2 weeks of class. You must demonstrate participation in this class within the first 2 weeks, and participation is measured by your active submission of an assignment. Okay? So if you do not participate in the first 2 weeks, I have to drop you according to the policy of the district. Okay? Outside of that, though, if you are adding this class and have not paid, you have until August 28th to pay. If you want to drop this class for any reason and not get a W on your transcript, it is the same date, August 28th. If you want to drop and still be eligible for a refund of your registration fees, that's August 27th. If you want to do pass, no pass on the course, and if it's available, it's September 5th. And then the last day for you to withdraw, and you will receive a W on your transcript, but is September 21st. So after September 21st, you cannot drop, and I will be required to give you a letter grade. Okay? Here's some more information. I'll let you peruse all of that good stuff. Then the last thing I want to show you is the tentative schedule. So I would print this out if I were you. There's also a calendar on Blackboard, but this is where all of your assignments are. It tells you when to start your discussion boards, when to post your first response, when to do your second response, all of the information, when you can expect to see the project to start, when it's going to finish. And I think it's all pretty straightforward. The one thing I would point out is in week number 8, all of your assignments are due on a Sunday except for week number 8. And the reason for that is because the first 8-week semester ends on a Friday. So October 8th will be when all of your assignments will be due for week number 8. But as you see, I've tried to make that relatively simple, and so you just have one chapter due because I know that you're going to be continuing right on with your other classes as well, and maybe picking up some second 8-week courses. So that's it for me. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me and through email, and we should be all good to go. I'm looking forward to a great semester with you, and again, have a great day. Take care.